Hello. The onion is really spicy. I might start crying. Oh my gosh, this smells so freaking good. I put curry and dill in this. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. Ooh. Hi Dale. Hi Amon. Hi Map. I'm making some food because I'm really hungry. And I love caramelized onions and potatoes. I'm just trying to make something of what I already have. I really like having plant-based meals. And to be honest, I've not been cooking because I've been moving and organizing things, and food has not been a priority. And now I'm making it a priority because I'm tired of eating snacky food. I want to have a warm cooked meal. Hi, Dare Dare. I wish you could all smell this right now. It smells so good. It's curry and dill and salt mixed in this, the onions. And then, let's see if I could turn this without have an interesting setup. I have a chair and then my tripod's on top because it's a little bit too low. So let's see if I can turn this without it. Oh yeah, there we go. And then potatoes. So when I'm starting this, I've already moved. I was doing a nesting situation with my co-parent, and it just went sour real quick. And I was like, yeah, this no longer resonates with me. So I have the kiddos at a new house that's separate, that's not with this individual, and I'm pretty excited about it. Does this side get hot? Oh yeah, it is. It's just slower. I like cast irons the best. I need to get like another big cast iron so I can make a bunch of food. Because this cast iron's so little. But I'm gonna try to make it work with this pan. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I'm making potato, onion, delicata squash. It is so good when it's fried. So good. So good. A little bit of olive oil and dill and salt. And then I also have some sweet potatoes. And as you can see, since I had my onion with potatoes, which you should not do, because the onion ripes it because of the chemicals, it makes it so you gotta eat your food quicker. So anyways, that's what I'm making right now. And most likely I keep seeing broccoli and rice. So I'm gonna make what's called as like a Buddha bowl. And then whatever sauce I have in the fridge, I'm just gonna put it on top, because food is not food without a sauce. You gotta add a sauce to it. It's gotta be saucy. So that's what I got. How are you all doing? How are you all doing today? Is anybody else cooking with me? It's sunny out. Oh my gosh, it's so sunny here. I gotta get my butt outside. It's sunny this whole week. This whole week. Oh yeah, the potatoes are frying now. All right. Ooh, my tattoo. You see that? You see that right there? Right there, you see my tattoo? That tattoo was channeled by one of my friends. And I am from Elohim, which is the angelic realm. And he sent it to me. He's like, Luna, I just had a dream about you and your angels. And they gave me this symbol to connect you to your tribe. And when I looked at it, I saw outline of gold like coming out of the page, and I immediately started sobbing. And then he told me where to place it, which was on my neck, which really it should be right here, but the tattoo artist said it'd be weird, so I just set the intention it's in the right place when it was put there. Yeah, and then my kiddos and I, before I went ahead to get a tattoo, we tried putting the symbol on different parts of our body. And it was so fascinating. For me, I mean, for all of us, we felt super tingly. Like we felt a lot of energy moving just from this symbol. And then I noticed when it was in the wrong place on my body, I started getting a migraine. I started getting a headache. So then finally, I put it in the place that that was recommended. That was recommended where it should be, which is on my neck. So I was putting it on my wrist, putting it on my ankle. You know, I was like trying it out. Like, where should this be? And then when I put it on my neck, there's this energetic flow that happened. And I was like, whoa, I've got to get this as a tattoo. This is like for me. And usually when I sob like that around things, I know that I'm supposed to do that thing. And the wild part about it, I got this tattoo in Costa Rica, and we went to this tattoo artist and like printed it out and, you know, put it on for like the placement and talk about placement and what have you. And it was so wild. So I was like on the table, he's like, you know, doing the tattoo, and the tattoo needle kept stopping. It would be like zzz, and then it would stop. And I was looking up and I saw this spirit like hissing at me, annoyed that I was going ahead and getting this tattoo. Like, they did not want me to have it. And I was like, oh, dang, like, I really have to get this tattoo. And then I hear them talking in Spanish, with my Espanol is uno poco, and they're like basically saying, you know, I don't know why I can't keep doing this tattoo. Because like literally it was just seconds. It was like, and then it would stop. And I just could see this energy. It couldn't come into this space, but it was definitely making itself present and known. Anyways, I ended up telling them, and I ended up calling my energy and like sending energy out, like saying, no, this is happening. And then the tattoo is finished. And I explained it to him at the end, and both of them were like, whoa, that's so wild. And then I realized that it's like an L and a D for like Darren and Luna. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I think that's also like just like a cool bonus. So we actually use that for our logo for Darren and Luna. Because yeah, it's a connection to the angelic realm, or my angelic family. So yeah. Hi, Peace. Hi, Michael. Ooh, got some herb and spices. Yes. For my onions, which are almost caramelized, which is delicious, I have dill and curry and salt. Potatoes I haven't done anything yet, but I will in a little bit when I tune into what spices to add. If you have suggestions, let me know. Hi, Oak. I know it is wild. It is wild. But it seriously happened. But now I have this rad tattoo. And even like while I touch it, like I can feel, my crown feels all tingly. Ooh, you're about to eat. What are you eating, Dale? I'm gonna put the caramelized onions in here to give it some flavor. Oops, I have to do this one. That's okay. In we go. Hi, Ugly. Hi, I'm fine. I like your name. I'm so hungry right now. My body's like, why did you wait so long, Luna? I need some food. I want to give myself a snack. I have some blueberries. Maybe turn this down now since it's hotter. Yeah, that looks so good. There we go. Yeah. Oh, forget about the arrow thing. That I can look. I'm Chef Luna today. Hi from Italy. Hi, Outro. Hi, Russell. Hi, everybody. Oh, thanks for the likes, everybody. And thanks for hanging out with me. This meal is called Luna is Hungry. What is minimal effort I can do to put food in my body? I was just thinking about what kind of recipes do you want to get prepped for next week when my kiddos are here. Yeah. It's late-ish. I made eggs on toast with butter bran muffin. Ooh, nice. Is butter bran muffin the same as like an English muffin? Is that the same thing? I'm not familiar with bran muffin. Ooh, oil just splattered me in the eyeball. Luckily, well, eyebrow, not eyeball. Luckily, it's not my eyeball. Okay. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be so good. Let's see. I have potatoes and onions. I have squash. I think I should start doing the broccoli. Last time I did broccoli, I couldn't get them steamed enough. Oh, can you smell it through the screen? What do you smell? I'm just teasing. Yes, it smells so good. It smells so good. All right. I keep seeing broccoli, so I'm going to do broccoli next. Let's see, this is what we'll steam some broccoli. Okay. I just heard, Luna, you should get a gimbal too so the camera can follow you around. Maybe. Maybe. It is sizzling. Sizzling so good. Ooh, yeah. You're taking it easy and nice. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, this is too much water. Too much water. Maybe this just goes all the way to the bottom. I think this is not our pan. Maybe this one. That one's not gonna work. That one's not gonna work. What about this one? Oh my gosh. When did Audrey get that? We have a proper steaming basket. I've been using this one. Look, and it has the little legs. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Look at this. Oh. Okay. All right, all right. Here we go. Trying again. Yeah, last time I used that blue one that you all just saw, and I could not get the broccoli to actually steam. They're just like these little crispy little fellas. Steam, baby, steam. Ooh, I think my potatoes are almost done. Those are gonna be delicious. Okay. That's enough. My little friends. I think I needed a lid for this one too. Let's see. What lid do I have? Bing! Too small. Too small. Let this one work. Ooh, just right. Alright, should we check on the potatoes? The potatoes? Whee! Okay, looks like it's staying. Looks so good. Can you smell it? Ooh, I think it's gonna stay. Yeah, I think this might even be done. Let's do a taste. Let's do a test. Ooh, that's soft. They're done. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll turn this off and put it. Let's see. That's this one. I'm gonna wait for that to cool a little bit. That looks delicious. Actually, I'm gonna keep this one on. I'm not so far away from the broccoli. Let's see. That's this one. Okay, rice. Hi, Grey Wolf. You can smell it. Yes, we should definitely talk to our food and our water. We're mostly water. And the food you consume, right? So like, what are you consuming? Are you telling it how beautiful and amazing it is and how grateful you are? You know, because you're telling it what to do when it goes in your body. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna find some rice. Some rice. I just need to find a lid too. A small lid. Maybe this one. This the lid? You did it. Okay. Preparation. 1 cup rice, 1.5 cups water. Okay. Bring to a boil. So one of my friends, I made rice. And the thing with rice with me, I try really hard to make it, and then it's always dry, even if I follow the instructions. And they told me I had too big of a pot for the amount of rice. So I'm gonna do a small pot today and see if it works. We're gonna do an experiment. All right, 1 cup of rice. And 1.5 cups. All right, we've got some rice. I don't know why I keep whispering, but it's kind of fun. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that broccoli is so bright. I think it's almost done with the steam. Look at how bright that is. Wow. It's more like stir fry steamed at the moment. It's pretty dense. Yes, I was gonna add vegan butter to it. Darren said. I do. I do. Some vegan butter. This is not sponsored by these places, just so you know. We're not sponsored by anybody at the moment. Plop, and it goes. Okay. Let's check on these. Oh my gosh. Caramelized onion. Whoa. That is yummy. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. They're gonna sponsor us for sure. Yes. All right, we're gonna put this one here. How we doing? This one's a little bit crispy. That's okay though. So interesting. This stovetop gets ridiculously hot. It's like you have it on low and it acts like it's on high. It's kind of wild. It's getting closer. I'm okay if some of them are a little bit charred. It's okay. I think I want to add some thyme to this. If only it was that easy to manipulate thyme with an herb. Mwahaha. I'm going to add some water too because it's a bit dry. Let's see. Recently, I went to a little shop with my daughter, and she loves little things. She doesn't know this is a wine glass. But she bought this. She's like, Mama, I really want this. And she got like a little cheese grater, like tiny. So I'm going to use it. I think it's funny. Whoa, look at that steam. I'm going to make tacos. I know it's a shot glass. Shh, don't tell her. Don't tell her. I think it's adorable that she thinks it's a little glass for her. Because it is. It is. It's a little glass for her. Ooh. It's getting close. You know I love tacos. That actually would be really good. Could have, well, I think I still want to have a bowl, but I'll make it into tacos later. Because tacos, you gotta warm up the tortilla shells. And for me, when that rice is done, I'm gonna eat some food. Thanks for the likes, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. All right, I'm gonna get prepared. Eat them cold. We're talking about the tacos? White people taco night. Well, it's afternoon. Should I still watch it? It's not nighttime. I'm gonna have some of this as my dressing. I'm gonna have a snack because I'm hungry. I'm gonna cut up some pepper. I think I'm gonna cut up some almonds to give it some crunch on for my bowl because it's pretty mushy at the moment. We got potatoes, squash, broccoli, and rice. It's all kind of mushy, you know? So we can add some texture. Yeah, taco for lunch. Will you move? There we go. Perfect. That's really good. Then listen to Mingo's Taco Tuesday. Okay. Recently, too big of a bite. Recently, I was guided to go out of the house to work on material. I kept being told to go to this specific restaurant. When I was looking at the menu, I was like, there's nothing I can eat there, and I needed to eat some food and also have Wi-Fi, and I kept being told, like, no, this is the place you're going to be, because I kept muscle testing. I was like, okay. So I show up, and guess what? They had Taco Tuesday! Taco Tuesday! And it was like an avocado portobello mushroom taco, and it was delicious. So yeah, I'll definitely, here, I'm going to screenshot it and I'll check it out a little bit later. Oh, how to move my phone up a little bit. There you go. Now I can do it. I just turned off my screen instead. There you go. Okay. All right. Food is so good. Okay. These are done. The squash is definitely done. It's a little bit burnt, but it's okay. I'm still gonna eat it. So I'm going to put this pan aside. My rice is still thinking about it. Let's see. I feel like this is the magical pot that just keeps moving around. Okay, this one is in the back. We'll turn that off. Go, rice, go! You can do it! Ooh, it's making sound. It's getting close. All right, let's check on our broccoli here. Into a food poison. Oh, you mean like the charcoal part? I'm all about intention, so I'm just gonna state that I will receive exactly what I need, and my body knows what to do around the parts that I do not need. Yes, I believe everyone is an alien. All right, let's check out this broccoli. These are the best peppers ever. They're so good. Nope. But it's close though. Just needs a little bit more. Ooh, I should circulate it, I think. Whoa. I don't know how to do that with the... There we go. The pieces at the bottom feel done, but not the pieces at the top. There we go. Alright, we'll save a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. Would you like some pepper? Open up. Hi from South Africa. Welcome. And anybody else that's here, hi. I'm Luna. This is our channel. We're all about self-empowerment. And I would like to empower you to make some delicious food. Here's some sweet potato. Yum. Yellow potato. Do you hear that sound? It's our rice. Our rice is ready. It is boiling. All right, I think after that just needs 15 minutes. Let's see. Cover and simmer for 15. This oven doesn't really do simmer, but we'll try. We shall try. For 15 minutes. All right. Timer. Start. So does anyone think that this is gonna work? Is it me, or is it the stove, or is it the pot? Right now we're trying out a different size, so we shall find out if it's just the pot. Whoa. There you go. Takes a while for it to cool down. Definitely have to cover it when it's not going to explode anymore. We'll see if it'll do it now. We'll find out. Thank you. Hi, Denovic. Thanks for the likes, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Where are you all from? I just saw South Africa. I see some interesting people in the comments. Darn it. Okay, this is done. Boom, boom, chicka boom. Take that off. All right, now we're just waiting on the rice. Just waiting on the rice. What's everybody eating today? I'm about to make a Buddha bowl. Ooh, onion soup. That sounds yummy. Is it just onions and vegetable broth? I'm curious. Ooh, gourmet cooking. I was just thinking while I was cooking, when I have more time, I have all these amazing plant-based recipes that I would love to make, because a lot of the items I actually have in the house already that I have created. Fun fact about me is that I won a Vitamix from doing this plant-based journey for a whole month and just making a bunch of recipes and videoing myself about it. And hers is called Yum Universe, and her recipes are so good. There was this burrito that wasn't hers, but somebody else had shared, and it had salsa and this black bean and then this cashew sour cream, and it was so delicious. Okay, whale. Now I'm just waiting. Now I'm just waiting, waiting, waiting on you. Just waiting, waiting to see what we should do. I'm just waiting, waiting right here. Gonna eat some food. I don't know. It's not a lot of water in there. I still have 10 minutes to go. Maybe if I put it past low, it'll be fine. I feel like it needs more water. The stove just gets so hot. It's acting like it's on like a level 3. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I should get one of those fancy rice makers. How are you doing? How are you doing today? It's so sunny out. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, I want to eat my food right now. I just went into that about my tattoo maybe 10 minutes ago. But I'll do a shortened version. If you want the longer version, you could watch the replay. It's from my friend who channels. It's from my angelic family. So I'm part of the Elohim. And yeah, we'll just leave it there. Hi, John. Welcome. What you all do when you're really hungry, but you have to wait for the food to be finished. Right here, I'm like rocking and like eating this pepper, being like, oh, I just want the rice to be done. Hey, Luna. Hey again. Yes, I believe in God, source consciousness. Yes. Yeah. Well, you can watch the replay if you want to know more. I don't know the exact time. I'm focusing on cooking. but it's definitely in the replay if you're curious. I think I'm going to take you all outside with me and come back when I hear the alarm go off. So I'll just keep my setup here. Oh, Darren, you just set up a poll. How'd you even do that? Oh, it says, how many of you believe in God? That's a good question to ask. I wish I could vote on it, but it's okay. All right, we got 6 minutes. You want to come outside with me? It's so beautiful outside. And the backyard is magical. It's a trampoline and so much fruit. I want to bring the peppers though, because I'm hungry. What does consciousness even mean? Says John. Awareness, enlightenment, higher dimensions, the one and all knowing. I'm going to have to hold you though, because I don't have the tripod out here. Well, that's okay. I can eat my peppers with the other hand. Oh my gosh, this is where it's at. It's beautiful outside. Yeah, that's rad, Darren. If you didn't have a soul, you wouldn't be alive. Everyone has an innate energetics within them that allows you to breathe, for your blood to pump. You don't have to see anything to believe it. You don't have to see anything for it to be. There's a lot of things that apply to this. Just like people saying like, oh, you can't heal from X, Y, and Z. Or, you know, there's no planets out of Earth until someone figures it out. So just because you can't see it or it feels not possible, anything's possible. That's a really cute question, Sky. Thank you for making me laugh. I don't eat gummy bears, so you would be protected from me, but my children would probably eat you. Because I like gummy bears. Hello, mushroom. Did I see the asteroid? I did not. Yes, all beings have a soul. Everything. Do you mean my pepper? I think you said paper, but I think you meant pepper. Yes. Yeah, so another way to look at consciousness is like look at it as energy. Everything has energy. And there is a variety of frequency of which the energy emits or is conscious of. For example, a rock has way different consciousness than a plant. A rock's consciousness is more stagnant. It's still alive, even though you like look at it, it doesn't really do anything unless you move it, right? But it still has consciousness in it, just like with a plant or food. All of it does. I'm being reminded of, like, when we talk to water, for example, what happens to it? Like, if you look at it frozen under a microscope and you're like really kind to it, versus when you're not kind to it, you can see the energetic shift and change. Or you could do it on like an apple. There's somebody that did one on an apple, like an experiment, where they shouted and cursed at one of the apples, and then the other apple, they were super kind to it. And which one got bruised and spoiled quicker? The one that wasn't kind. Yeah, that it goes back to what someone said earlier around talking to your food or talking to the water, because it's listening. Your cells and your being is listening, which is why it's so important for everybody to be mindful of what you're listening to, whether it's your thoughts, the music you're listening to, what's on mainstream, within your family, friends circle, to be really mindful of that, because it does affect you, because you are listening to it consciously and unconsciously. Yes, rocks do have consciousness. I remember Bashar was explaining this too. It's just they're just like, for example, if I talk to like one of these plants, because I have tried, I'm sure you've seen the viral videos of people going up to plants and talking to it, right? And saying like, hey, I see you. Can you come touch my arm? Can you come touch my arm? Talking to this plant. And then eventually the plant reaches over and like, they were like saying, you know, follow my voice, come over here. And I tried it too, and it started to do it, but I wasn't patient enough to have it keep going. And then eventually the plant touched his shoulder, right? Because you have consciousness. The rocks are the same thing. It's just they have limited capabilities of what they can do to respond or be. It's, as I said, it's like more of a stagnant energy. Yeah. Are crystals considered to be rocks? Well, rocks are a form of minerals typically, and crystals as well. So I guess so. Whenever I think of rocks, like, I'm just staring at this right here, the gravel. Ooh, let's go see if the rice actually worked. I don't know. Darren, what do you think? Are crystals and rocks the same thing? When I think of crystals, they feel different to me, but I think they'd be under the umbrella of the same category, though. Let's see if the rice worked. I don't know if it did. Turn this off. Ooh. What do you think, y'all? Do you think it's... Oh my gosh. It was the pot. A little bit of water. I'm glad I added the water. But that is perfect. I get to make my Buddha bowl. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Making a bowl. I know there's comments, but I'm really hungry, so I'm going to have to wait. Darren, if you're still here, feel free to respond. All right, first, oh, you can't see it. Hopefully you can see this. All right, first, for a Buddha bowl, you add the rice. Oh my gosh. Can you tell I'm hungry? Next, we'll put that in there. Next, we're gonna add some squash. And some of them are crispy, so I'm gonna set the intention that my body transmutes, receives, manipulates the energy in a way that's only supportive for me and my being. And then we're gonna add some broccoli. in here. Yum. And then I'm gonna add some potatoes in here. Potatoes. I think we need more squash for sure. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be delicious. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna add more squash and a couple more broccoli. I can tell I'm hungry because I'm making my bowl really big. This is a big size bowl. Like, look at the comparison. Can you see this? All right. And then I'm gonna add some sesame ginger sauce. It already has butter in it, mushroom guy. I'm all about the sauces. All right, is everything off? Now it is. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this light. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my tripod so I can sit outside with you all, so I don't have to hold the phone. All right. Sweet. Tripod number 2. This one doesn't have a light on it. Whee! Okay. Yeah. This one goes way taller though. It's really nice. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna put my peppers in here. Already have my sauce. Let's see if I can grab all the things. Need my water. I'm avoiding eating. Is that what you mean, John? Because I'm hungry. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. Wonder if, yeah, I sit here. Here we go. Then I could get the sun. Perfect. All right. This is my bowl. Thank you all for hanging out with me while I create it. And it's so good. I know it's gonna be so good. That sesame dressing is delicious. All right. Wait, I'm gonna put my energy into it too. Anybody else, but that was really funny. My kiddos always say that I have really funny facial expressions. So if you gotta enjoy that, cheers. What does that mean, you're coming out of your spiritual closet today? Like you're letting people know that You're spiritual. This is so good. Oh, is buffering for a minute. Yeah, I was looking at the poll. I clicked on the poll and then my face looked like this on my end. It was like this. Aww. Yeah, it sounds like you might have had like an ego death. Mourning and grieving and not feeling like yourself for a while and like holding yourself back. And now you're feeling better. You're like coming out of the closet, so to speak, like a new being. Oh my gosh, I've had so many ego deaths. It's wild. For me, I'm like, I figure out that I have these like aha moments around my patterns or my belief systems that are releasing, that it comes into my awareness. Like last night I had one of them. I was like, whoa. And it's beautiful because when you have that realization, then that's when the real change can happen, because you're empowered to make a different choice, since now you understand what your unconscious belief or behavior has been. I mean, you no longer have to be like this robotic self, and you can make a different choice. And with that, it's like letting go of your old self and not forgetting them, knowing that they're there for a purpose, and just saying that you like love them, and this is now the new version of you, which is so cool and neat. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks for the subscribers, y'all. Yeah, that is a packed full 2 years. That was a packed full 2 years. Wow. Thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, it's been really hard. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Takes a lot of courage to choose something differently. It's not always easy. Mm-hmm. You're still skinny though. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that you say the skinny thing. I've always been tiny, like always my whole life. And one of the things, even on here too, I'm like, wow, cyberbullying, hello, is so many people like bring up about my weight or my image and things like that. And I've listened to it my whole life, so I'm just like, baking chan mushroom. Whoa, that sounds so cool. I wish I could see that. How do you even make that? Do you have to bend the metal into different chains and like bend it somehow and then clasp it together? Sounds very intricate. I'm taking too big of bites. It's so peaceful back here. Hearing the winds hit the leaves and the leaves moving, and then the birds. It's so calming for me. Ooh, cool. At a Renaissance fair. Nice. You gotta reboot on your computer. What are y'all's favorite meals to make? I love ideas. Because I could always make them vegan. I'm just curious. If you were to make something right now, what would it be? Taryn says tacos. Yes. Do you cut up the trash bin into small coils? That sounds very intricate. Wow. Tacos, vegan pizza, bean salad. Mmm. That sounds delicious. I'll definitely have tacos later. I like tacos because you just need a tortilla shell. You can put anything in it and it's a taco. Ooh, barbecue. Yes. I recently went to an estate sale with my kiddos to get them some things for their bedroom. We have a barbecue outside, and whenever I barbecue my vegetables, they almost would go into the barbecue. And so we got this really cool plate you could put the vegetables on, put it on the barbecue so they don't fall in. And also I can like grab them quicker instead of trying to finagle them. Whoa, yeah, that's true. Probably took a really long time. Balsamic vinegar and salt and pepper. Then you have a bean salad. That sounds really good. One of my housemates made this salad and it's so delicious. It is greens, avocado, like a chia, flaxseed, some seed mix. And then like make that really full. And then for the dressing, it's a little bit of oil, balsamic, honey, mustard, and a little bit of salt. So good. So good. Wow. What would you charge for that since it's so time consuming? Because yeah, it's so intricate. Like if you're only half the front, so it's probably going to take 80 hours to complete a round. Like how do you put a price tag on that? Yogurt, yes. Yogurt's so good with some like fruit nuts. That's been one of our staples too for breakfast. So that, or my kiddos have really liked eating oatmeal. And I'll just put a bunch of things in it. Nice, cool. I personally have never been to a Renaissance fair. Is that like the running price for it? Copper is valuable. Yeah. What size did you make? Is it like for an individual that wears the size large or medium and small? Are you gonna make all the sizes? So fascinating. One of my housemates is gonna go to a fair, but he does artwork and necklaces. And I've been thinking about, like, if I were to go to one of those, what would I sell? Mine would be like my bath salts, I think. And I've been thinking about making candles because I have all these glass jars. Cool. Well, definitely let me know how it went. Ooh, you'd sell dream catchers. Cool. How would you make your dream catchers? Was it like the standard kind with like the hoop, and then in the middle it kind of looks like a spider web with some sort of gem bead in the middle? Or would you make it different? Wow, so neat. So creative. You all are so creative. That is so cool. So, so cool. I used to make a bunch of wood art. I think if I were to pick that back up again, like get these cool wooden slabs, I think I would draw light language on it. I think that would be so cool. Like do it with pencil first and then use my wood burner on top of it. Something about the smell of wood that is burnt just smells so good. It kind of reminds me of a fire. I collect rocks and gems and stones and polish them. Yeah, doing a tumbler, it is time consuming for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like a lot of things, the amount of effort to the cost that you could sell it for does not feel equivalent or in balance. So then it goes back to like, do you love doing it? Like, is it your passion? Are you excited about it? Even if you receive less abundance for it, knowing that abundance will come in different ways, right? I like that. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Sometimes I get annoyed that we have to eat food as humans, but then when you make food that's really good, it makes me really enjoy taking in the textures and the flavors and how I feel after I eat some food, you know? Looks like there's 20 votes. It'll look like I'm frozen, but I'm gonna see what it says real quick, okay? But I'm not leaving. I just wanted to look. Oh, it didn't freeze this time. I wonder why it froze last time. It's just really funny. 90%. Wow, believe in God. So cool. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, 90% said yes and 10% said no. I think a great question to ask, if people don't believe in God, then what do they believe in? Do they believe in anything? Or is it more the no means they're atheist? I remember my first boyfriend, he was atheist. He was like, I don't believe in anything. And he came from a long line of nurses or doctors in his family. And it's interesting. Everyone that I've come across, even myself included, it's like you have to have this kind of dramatic, doesn't have to be dramatic coming in here, but this kind of dramatic thing that happened for you to reconnect yourself back to God, back to source, whatever you want to call the infinite knowing of all. Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it? And now thinking about that person, I'm like, are they still atheist or not? That's just something that I've noticed. Yeah, I really am curious. Like, what do people believe in if you don't believe in God? Do you believe in nature? What's your belief system around like how you breathe and like, yeah, I just find it fascinating. Fascinating to think about. Oh my gosh, me too. Me too. Whenever somebody says something that's like very like a limited thing, like, oh, you can't heal from that, you can't do this, X, Y, and Z, I'm always like, well, says who? Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it can't happen, because that's how everything is in our reality. It doesn't happen until it does. So, and yeah, I've seen miracles too. When I was younger, before my spiritual awakening, I was almost diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And yes, I was the same stature and size as me because my diet was not so great. I was drinking Starbucks and going to the bar, and all the things that I was consuming was just really high in sugar. And also I got testing back that said that there was like think it was like my pap smear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my pap smear. They're like, your pap smear. And so I came back 3 months later, and that kind of shook me. I was like, whoa, if I continue down this path, I'm going to have to take medication. I'm going to potentially get like surgery. And I just decided that's it. I got to change myself. I got to change how I'm approaching everything, because this doesn't feel resonant to me. And it was weird because I used to work at Starbucks. So working at Starbucks and not having caffeine, and then people asking you what you would recommend to them or what I drink, and me being like, I don't drink anything. Or going to the bar with your friends, which I don't drink anymore, like caffeine or alcohol, and I haven't for years. It's a very interesting experience. Ooh, hummingbird. And yeah, you kind of become like, I don't know about you, if this is your experience, but I became like the designated driver, like the DD for everybody. And it's weird to be around people that either are hyped up on caffeine or like toned down with alcohol. Being one that's like sober, right? Yeah. Hi, Kevin. I worked at Starbucks for 10 years, Darren. Like 10 years. I worked at a golf course. I worked at a nursing home. And I was trying to figure out what I was doing with my life. I was like, why am I here? What am I doing? I feel like there's more to life than this, because I'm slinging coffee. I'm not even drinking coffee. I wasn't even drinking coffee at that point. And I was just like going to the 9 to 5 job. And then I was also working at a place called People's Co-op, which is like a vegan grocery store. And I was just kind of going along with emotions. And it was super draining for me. Steven says, because before we were talking about like, if you don't believe in God, what do you believe in? Think of us as individual cells in an earth body. I love that. Nice. Enjoy your ice cream, Kevin. You had a venti raspberry mocha. Cool. My drink used to be a chai tea latte. I tried all the drinks, right? So I knew what I was talking about. But mine was always chai, a soy chai with a lot of pumps of chai. What do I do now? What do I do now? Well, I do a lot of different things now. I work with Darren, who's in the chat right now. We are creating the Rip into Light, the New Earth School. It's our self-empowerment school where we provide different tools to everybody to support you in remembering yourself and to empower you, because you are all so incredibly powerful. And we do that through energy healing and channeling and chatting like we are doing right now. And we're almost done creating our school so people can actually join it, which is pretty exciting. And the first program is the self-empowerment program, and I'm pretty excited about it. Spirit just told me this morning that I need to print it and do it myself. So it's like a 30-day, it's supposed to be longer, but I'm getting more information on what needs to be added. I'm sure along the way. And it's a bunch of channeled information that Darren and I have gotten. So there's a meditation in there. There's a self-care menu from Darren and I personally, what we take from when we want our cup to be overflowing. And what else is in there? I have a self-invocation channeled. How do I describe that? It's like mirror work. Have you ever done mirror work before? It's like shadow work with a mirror, and then there's an invocation that you do. And then there's a crystalline soul healing activation, which is super potent and powerful. It works with your higher self to release and activate what no longer serves you and supports you in the awareness of like your patterns or your belief systems. It's super potent and powerful. There's meditation in there. What else do we have in there? Darren, what else do we have in there? I'd have to go inside to look at my papers. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's this really cool other channeled part of how to release beliefs. So if you have like this thought of, I feel blocked from receiving abundance or something like that, or money doesn't grow on trees, there's this exercise that is channeled from my guides, and it does work. And you do this exercise, and then you could release that belief and then instill a new belief. And it's powerful, y'all. When I did this self-invocation, the mirror work, Spirit had me video myself, and I was sobbing at different sentences. And the thing is, if it emotes, some high emotion in you, like crying or sobbing, it means that you really need to hear it and integrate that piece into your being. And there's at least 5, I think, of the 9 phrases that I have that I sobbed. And I know, because it's 30 days, I know I'm going to start tomorrow. I do it for 30 days. I'm going to be so different. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And y'all, if you want to join our school and just check us out, check our vibe instead of us just conversing like this, we are going to be doing free to the community meditation, a guided meditation, as well as what I call as pocket songs. So if you follow us, I love singing. I'm all about singing. Pocket songs are little pieces, little treasures of words that you can use in the moment. Like, oh, I feel sad, use this song, use this mantra. Oh, I feel this, use this mantra. And I love making up songs on the spot too about different things, when it's in alignment, of course, and appropriate. Because, as I've said many times, it's hard to be grumpy or angry when you're singing, when you're actually singing. You can still sing about it, but it will naturally change your mood. And so many cultures have done this for like eons as a way to support and moving energy. So yeah, so those 2 things in our school we'll be offering to the community. So if that sounds exciting to you, oh yeah, Darren, you could, if you're still in the chat, you could link it so people can join. We'll also be offering Kundalini and perhaps crystalline soul healing next month too, if that's interesting for any of you. Oh, you sing more at work. I love that. What do you sing about when you're working? One thing I'm trying to do more, and I know I preach about this, but it's all about habits, right? About changing our habits, is when I'm doing something that I don't really like doing, but I know it's important, is to try to sing about it. To make it more fun and more light and more joyful. Or taking a pause and just coming outside, for example, and then going back to it. I just want to remind you that this space This space is for everyone to express themselves with kindness. With kindness. We can choose, we can choose, we can choose to be kind with all of our expressions behind our screens. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love your little diddle, Caroline. Aww. Caroline just wrote her song, her pocket song, and I absolutely love it. I know I can fix this. Yes, I can. I'm good at my job. Sometimes I'm not a fan. That song makes me smile. I love it. Y'all are so creative in the chat. Singing, making cool clothes, dream catchers. So cool. Ooh, nice. You know what I just did today, Steven, that I'm so excited about? And I've been thinking about it for a while, but it's like, which part do I do first? And I just did part 1 of what's called as time blocking. Are you familiar with that? Where I put down goals that I have for the day of an overarching topic like finances, for example, or hi Truth Wave, hi, so good to see you. And I'm going to try to follow it, because the thing is, even though I had all of these jobs that gave me, you know, the 9 to 5, and then I did certain things within that amount of time, now that I get to make up my own schedule, I haven't actually made up my own schedule. I'm just like, maybe I should make some food, or maybe I should go for a walk. But I want to get things done in all the topics, you know, finances, personal, work, health, friends and family, you know, overarching and having it into balance. Because what I have been doing, which is not supportive, is I'm like, oh no, there's a fire over there, let's go. And I like dump some water and like really help and like dive deep into it. I'm like, oh, there's another one. And then I run over there and like dump water on it. And it's just not sustainable, right? And it's not supportive. And it's also just like throwing stuff instead of continuing this flow, this beautiful dance. It's more like a robotic dance, like, oh, gonna be over here, oh, gonna be over here, instead of just, you know, playing around with it. So yeah. Truth Wave, how are you doing? Besides your meditation, what do you do for fun? Or anybody else that's in the chat. We have so many creative people in here. People are making up songs. They're making some cool clothes. They're making dream catchers. Y'all are so creative. It is so neat and inspiring. I'm like, what can I make? What could I make out of the items that I have? I could make more bath salts. But you know what I learned about the bath salt situation? My bath salts are potent and they're strong and they're awesome. But when you add Dead Sea salt, when it hits oxygen, it just melts. So all of my batches just melted. So, lesson learned. Don't use Dead Sea salt, or keep it separate. Whoa, we got 27 votes. Do you believe in God? Okay, I'm gonna guess it's 85 to 15. That's my guess. Ooh, I was close. 81 to 19. All right. Wow, that is so cool. Do you have an alarm to remind you to take a pause and breathe? I have a bunch of alarms in my phone where I sing. So in about an hour, I have this mantra where I say, like, sing that we are all unconditional love. That's kind of one of mine. I love that you've added breath. I know Darren in the comments loves that. He's all about the breath. Yeah, my food's all done cooking. I turned everything off inside too. Ooh, yeah, I don't know how to go about that process either, because I have so many songs, Steven. So many songs. So many cool ones. Most of them are pocket songs, but I do have some from my early channeling days that are really neat songs that are layered and tell a story, which are really cool. Yeah, I'll have to research that because I do want to share my songs. Do you want to share my songs too? 'Cause I got so many. Ooh, you have an alarm on your watch? Nice. That's awesome. Does it say just breathe on it? Are you doing an autobiography, Stephen? That Buddha bowl was delicious. Whoa. Steven says, I want to write a book about traveling around the U.S. I hitchhiked for 3 years, blind, because I couldn't afford glasses. So my perception and everything was different, and I had a whole reset process once back in society. Wow. I would read that. That sounds so cool. Challenging, right? And then also you have this amazing, beautiful perspective of how life was for you and where you are now, and then what you gleaned from it, what you learned from it. That is wild. Let me know when you finish your book. I would love to read that because I really want to travel as well. And if you have any tips, I welcome it. Ooh, nice, Caroline. You programmed it to remind you to take a moment of reflection. Beautiful. I love this because I'm like, I could breathe more. I do my breath work in the morning, and meditation. And then the rest of the day, to be honest, I'm not super conscious with how I'm breathing. So that might be something I should add to my phone. I just have to remember to turn off the alarms when I'm out somewhere. So it keeps happening where I'm filming something and then the alarm goes off and it cuts it off, or I'm disrupting an event that's happening. Hi, Ben. Yay. Yeah. I've wanted to do an autobiography about myself and my upbringing, because my upbringing was challenging. However, I still have not unlocked a lot of my memories. So I feel I want it to be as accurate as possible. Oh, I'm trying to bend the wrong part. There we go. As possible. So I'm going to wait. But the parts I do remember would be, I feel people would probably want to read it and find it fascinating. I'm good, Ben. How are you? How are you doing? Hi, Michael. Ooh, slow down. Need to set a reminder, slow down, appreciate myself and my surroundings. Ooh, those would be cool ones to add to your phone too. Slow down to remind myself I appreciate you and my surroundings. You're doing good. Oh, thank you, Jay. I hope that you have a blessed day too. Hi, Michelle. I just finished cooking some food. I made a delicious Buddha bowl. Now I'm enjoying the sun in the shade. I think I'm gonna put my feet in the sun though. I'm a bit chilly. I get cold really easily. I like it in the 80s, the 70s and the 80s. I just didn't want the sun to be too blinding like it was when I was sitting over there. Ooh, yeah, I can show you around. So there's some clover right here that we planted. There's a cute little bunny. Alder thinks, my housemate Alder thinks that there's 2 bunnies, but I've only ever seen 1. Doesn't mean that there's not 2. And it'll come and pop out. Here, I'll show you. Whee! Flip. So this is a shed, and then underneath there's a little bunny home over there. These plants look a little sad, but they were popping before, but it was really hot here and they did not get enough water. And then this is a pear tree. There are a few more pears. Looks like there's some pears that I can pick up. The pears are so good. They are so delicious. This is a plum tree, an apple tree, another apple tree. This dead plant was raspberries, which were amazing. Here, I'll pick you up. Whee! You can walk. Yeah, but this is an edible garden, so everything here is pretty much edible, which is really cool. So we have some lavender and some thyme and some kale, cherry tomatoes. And we let everything go to seed because we love the birds. So there's so many birds back here. I don't know if you can hear them on the live, but they're so cute. They'll grab onto these stalks and then start pecking to get the seeds out. It's so neat. Here's a trampoline that I like to hang out at. Same with my kids. My kids love this trampoline. And then here's some ferns. This is a cherry tree, but the cherries are long gone by now. I ate so many of those. I ate too many of those. And then blueberries, Marionberries are back here. And then These are some flowers for the hummingbirds. So you'll probably hear me on the lives very often, me screaming about the hummingbirds because I love them. And we love the hummingbirds. There's just a bunch of them. So that's the backyard. There's the front yard too. That has a bunch of plants. Has a hammock and a swing. Bunch of big, tall pine trees. And we've been thinking about and talking about the possibility of making a tree house, which I know that my kids would love. And I would love too, to climb up a tree and hang out up there. Sounds pretty cool. Bye, Steven. Thanks for hanging out with us. Good luck with everything. It's true, John. Yeah, we are such powerful beings that we can, even with our thoughts, with our imagination, if we think about something, we can bring ourselves there. So if we remember that the sun would burn on our skin, we can come back to that moment and recreate it, which is so fascinating and so cool that we can do that. We can time jump. Bye, Caroline. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome, Ben. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. I'm probably gonna head out pretty soon too. My phone's about to die. And I gotta finish my time blocking for when I'm not with the kiddos, because I finished the one for when I'm with the kiddos, to help me stay focused and bring balance into my life as well. Yeah, we were thinking of, here, I'll show you the trees. They're so tall. They're so tall. And they're thinking of making a zip line over the house. So here, I'll show you one sec. I think I should angle it. There we go. Look how tall those are. So that's a house. This is the roof of the house. Look how tall it goes. So yeah. It's a beautiful home, and I feel very grateful to be here at the moment for however long I'm supposed to be. I feel very, very grateful. Mm-hmm. People keep voting on this "do you believe in God" thing. It's kind of funny. Ooh, it's 78 and 22%. Fascinating. Hello, Cloudy. Hello. Hello, everybody. Did it freeze for a second? What do I think of Charlie Kirk? I had to look them up because, to be honest, I'm not up with the news. But it looks like they're a politician and they're in cahoots with Donald Trump, from me briefly looking, which is why you saw like a black screen. Is there something specific you're wanting me to like dive into? Without knowing really much about them, and just like knowing like my eyes being drawn to key pieces. I will say that everyone here is drawn into our reality for a reason, and some of those reasons are to shake things up, so to speak, or cause chaos, to evoke change within us and our surroundings. So hello, Eric. Hi. So I'm not really sure what he's implementing or stands for or what have you, but that is what I'll say without knowing really anything. Yeah, I'm very mindful of like what I tune into, because especially with like news and social media, because the thing is, things can be staged, things can be one-sided. Ooh, do you hear that? It's interesting I'm talking about this in a huge like Air Force planes going over my head. Malatira makatira. Baki mo kukola makakai. Ashikiki mo kukola makakai nema. Poko alati makakai. Shikiti mo kukoya makakai. Tila makotor makakai. Yeah, it's a jet. It's interesting when I talk about certain topics, I notice that jets will come over me, whether I'm singing, talking about something, or I'm on a live. And it's come to the point where I don't think it's like isn't for a reason. It's been a very consistent pattern. I was just speaking light language, the language of the soul. I just work with my higher self and let whatever wants to come through. One thing I did hear when I was speaking was I should hop off the live though, because I've been on here for a really long time. So I can work on my time blocking, so I can get stuff done. I don't really watch Netflix series, but I hear that I look like some actress. Oh yeah, it's okay. You can totally ask whatever you like, Ben. There's just kind of my thoughts around it with me not knowing anything. Yeah. I just want to say thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for being on this live, whether it's for a moment or longer moments. Thank you for the likes, the new subscribers. Thank you for your questions. I always feel super awkward when I'm on a screen and talking to myself or staring at myself. So I just wanted to say thank you for being here, and I love you. And until next time, I hope that you have a beautiful day. También. Bye.